All right, good evening, and welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting of Wednesday, February 27th, 2019. The Planning and Zoning Commission is a citizen advisory group to the City Council, charged with making recommendations concerning land use plans, planning processes, and/or on matters of plan implementation. All regular meetings of the Planning and Zoning Commission are recorded for record retention and transcription. The following is the official agenda of the Planning and Zoning Commission. Discussion and commission action will be limited to those items on the agenda. Any citizen who wishes to address the commission shall first be recognized by the chair and shall give his or her name and address for the record. If a citizen wishes to read documentation of any sort to the commission, he or she shall first seek permission from the chair. Oral testimony may be restricted to no more than 3 minutes per person. Agenda item number 1 is the roll call and disclosure of conflict of interest, ex parte communication, and site visit. Aislinn, could we have you call the roll, and if each commissioner would please state their name, the area that they are from, and anything that they may need to disclose.
Jared Burnt.
My name is Jared Burnt. I live in the Highland area, and I have nothing else to report.
Jack Moore.
My name is Jack Moore, and I live in the Old Town area, and I have nothing else to report.
Sarah O'Connor.
My name is Sarah O'Connor. I reside in the college neighborhood, and I have nothing else to report.
Dorothy Ricks.
My name is Dorothy Ricks. I live in the Alameda area, and I have nothing else to report.
Julia Sanders.
My name is Julia Sanders. I live in the South Park area, and I have nothing else to report.
Ryan Satterfield.
I'm Ryan Satterfield from the Highland area, and nothing to report.
And Richard Larson is unexcused this evening.
Thank you, Aislinn. All right, agenda item number 2 is approval of minutes. Commissioners, I assume you've reviewed the minutes. If there's any discussion on the minutes, otherwise a motion to accept them.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Thank you.
Second.
And I will second that motion.
Either one. It's fine.
We've got a second. Julia seconded it. So
That's fine.
do you have that, Aislinn? Okay, would you call the vote?
O'Connor.
Yes.
Sanders.
Yes.
Burnt.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Satterfield.
Yes, motion carries. Agenda item number 3, public hearing, wireless communication facilities. This time has been set aside for the commission to hear comments from the public regarding changes to Municipal Code 15.42 wireless communication facilities. We will now open the public hearing, and if we could have Matt come forward and present this to us.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, Commission members. Matthew Lewis, Senior Planner with the City. Just some background with regards to Chapter 1542. The existing code was adopted in September 2006. That code adopted or created 3 different type categories or applications, in addition to establishing shot clock rulings that were basically brought into what they called the Spectrum Act regulations. The most recent ruling, approved on September 26, 2018, or 2018, by the FCC, entitled The Streamlining Deployment of Next Generation Wireless Infrastructure Declaratory Ruling and Third Report Order, it has basically is what we're here for tonight. Under that, basically that order limits fees local governments may assess on telecommunication companies for placement, construction, or co-location of new facilities, and it also constrains local governments to the time frames in terms of evaluation of applications. The other thing I'd just like to note to the Commission is that under the current code, it prohibits placement of what we call small cells on existing traffic signal poles, that type of thing. This code does change that, provided that there's review by our street department folks, and that any conditions that are provided by the street department are adhered to by the companies, but it does not outright prohibit them like the existing code does. So according to Municipal Code Section 1702-700 C3, the Commission shall advise and make recommendation to the City Council regarding issues of land use plans, and land use ordinances and processes. Based on this, Jared Johnson, our City Attorney, recommended that the Commission review the changes for consistency with the comprehensive plan. Staff finds that the amendments are in conformance with the comp plan, and that concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Matt. Are there questions for Matt? Very good, thank you. Thank you. With that, we will open it up to the public. If there are any that would like to come forward and give testimony on this. Seeing none, we will now close the public hearing. Commissioners, discussion?
I think in the clarification meeting, we learned that the staff has done a good bit of research talking to other cities, other towns that are having to do the same thing, and it sounds like they've done a really good job of that part of the legwork.
Yeah, it seems like that there are, laws outside of the control of the city that create a lot of need for I guess, this ordinance and some adjustment in the ordinance. And so it seems to make sense as far as with the comprehensive plan. I don't know that there's a whole lot there that can really conflict with the comprehensive plan. So yeah, it seems to make sense.
I just want to say it's disappointing to see that there'll be a loss of revenue to the city with this, but the Federal Communications Commission has decreed.
Yes.
I'll make a motion.
Excellent.
I motion to recommend approval of the code section 15.42 wireless communication facilities amendments, finding it does conform with the comprehensive plan.
I'll second that.
Very good. It's been moved and seconded. Aislinn, would you call the vote?
Sanders.
Yes.
O'Connor.
Yes.
Burnt.
Yes.
Moore.
Yes.
Ricks.
Yes.
Satterfield.
Yes, motion carries. Very good. That will conclude our meeting. We will now adjourn into a training session. Thanks for coming.